Cooking a 14,000 square foot pizza indoors presents a bizarre physics problem. You have to apply enough heat to melt a literal ocean of cheese without burning down the Los Angeles Convention Center. A standard local pizzeria can stretch, top, and bake a large pie in about 10 minutes. Getting an operation of this magnitude over the finish line takes 48 grueling hours. This chart scales a 16-inch pie up to nearly 14,000 square feet, multiplying materials by 10,000. But mapping the timeline, a tight bottleneck emerges. If dough sits at room temperature, it spoils. If cheese stays under heat, it burns. Navigating that narrow thermal window falls to YouTuber Airrack and celebrity chef Vito Iacopelli, who converted a massive event hall into a temporary industrial kitchen. Creating a pizza of this size requires zero culinary finesse. It is a high-stakes engineering operation running against a ticking clock. The first major hurdle is the foundation. Without rolling pins to handle the volume, crews spend hours simply hauling massive boxes of frozen dough, thawing it, and pressing it by hand into rectangular pans. They are chasing a specific ghost. In 2012, a team in Rome baked a 13,500 square foot pie named Ottavia. It took them over 5,000 separate batches across 2 full days. Rome built a circle, but other record chasers prefer a different geometry. In 2016, a crew in Italy opted for a continuous linear build, stretching a single narrow pizza for over a mile down a coastal road. Regardless of the shape, Guinness World Records strictly monitors the process. Adjudicators enforce rigid measurement standards to verify the final continuous surface area. In Los Angeles, the team abandons the linear road strategy. Instead, they assemble thousands of pre-baked rectangular crusts into an enormous circle directly on the convention center floor, fitting them together like a giant puzzle. Laying out the dough provides the canvas. The real operational threat comes next, buried in the sheer repetition of the toppings. Applying 4,000 pounds of sweet marinara sauce requires crews to physically walk out over the pie in sterile booties, spreading the liquid with long-handled tools like construction workers pouring concrete. By 1 a.m., the physical toll sets in. Exhausted crews must manually distribute over 630,000 slices of pepperoni by hand. What keeps the team moving through the midnight shift is an intense internet rivalry. Airrack is pushing through the exhaustion to secure his second world record, publicly calling out other creators in the pizza review space. Heavy machinery and detailed logistics can only do so much. Making it through the night relies entirely on the raw human endurance of the crew. With the pie assembled, the team hits their final roadblock. There is no oven on Earth large enough to house a 14,000 square foot pizza. This illustrates the custom thermal engineering solution. Mobile heating units designed to hover and roll directly over the static pizza. Heat distribution is critical. Move too fast, the dough stays raw. If it stalls, the cheese turns to charcoal. Either failure state means instant disqualification from Guinness. The entire 2-day effort hinges on executing this section-by-section bake perfectly. It turns the final step of the process into a fragile high-wire act of thermodynamics. One mechanical failure from a rolling oven ruins thousands of pounds of food. At 5:25 in the morning, the exhausted crew finally drops the last piece of pepperoni onto the bubbling cheese. The Guinness adjudicator steps in, takes the final measurements, and confirms the numbers. The pie covers 1,296 square meters, just shy of 14,000 square feet, officially claiming the world record. But hitting the metric introduces an immediate ethical problem. They now have a football field of edible, hot food sitting on a convention center floor. The team brings out custom-fabricated, heavy-duty metal cutters. They slice through the massive circular puzzle, breaking the pie down into transportable squares. Those squares are quickly boxed up and pushed through a local distribution network, heading straight to Los Angeles charities to feed people facing food insecurity. 48 hours of extreme thermal engineering and thousands of pounds of ingredients ultimately achieved exactly what a regular pizza is supposed to do: feed a community.